السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم. أما بعد. Brothers and sisters, what are you doing to ensure that your teenage sons and daughters between the ages of 14 and 18 are continuing to receive an Islamic education? This age is a time when children start to transition from being children to becoming adults. And at this stage, they start thinking for themselves. They start making independent decisions about their future, about who they are, their identity, about how they think, their worldview, their outlook, their values, and so on. They start to become sexually aware. They start to feel attraction. They start to debate and discuss matters of society, matters of sexuality, matters of politics, matters of religion with their peers. They start to struggle with the pressures of fitting in ever-changing, fast-changing, fast-paced world. All of these things are happening to them, right? They're getting introduced to new ideas, new ideologies, in great detail. At this time, more often than not, their Islamic education stops. When that happens, what are you going to do? What is the solution for you as a parent to ensure that their education continues? You've got to either provide it yourself, if you have the time, the awareness, and the knowledge, or their education has to continue somehow. Now, often madrasa education at this time is no longer appropriate, which is why naturally it kind of fizzles out. Children leave at 14, 15 because it's too many hours and they've got GCSE pressures, or it's now their A levels and they've got A level pressures, right? And parents are struggling to convince them to continue, or parents themselves are prioritizing their GCSEs and their exams and so on, or their A levels and their A level exams, and they're stopping their Islamic education. With everything that's going on around them, and then the lack of Islamic education, what do you think is going to happen to them? Are we not presenting them in front of a massive risk? And is this a risk worth taking? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has placed the duty of saving our children from the hellfire on our shoulders. It's one of our greatest tests in this dunya. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu qu anfusakum wa ahlikum nara. O believers, save yourselves, save your families from the hellfire. This is one of the greatest tests that any parent can have. At the time when our children need our active role in saving our children from the hellfire, we let them go. We graduate them from their Islamic studies, and we let them out into this jungle of ideas and ideologies and sexual orientations, and this place that is now dominated by atheism and liberalism and all these other dangers, and which is exactly what they are. So brothers and sisters, this is where our youth mentoring program comes in. The Mawarid Lifestyle Youth Mentoring Program comes in, right? With just 2 hours a week of contact with your child, with your son or your daughter, they'll continue to receive their Islamic education. But it will be both appropriate in terms of the amount of time that it takes up out of their week, but it will also be appropriate in that it will directly teach them a curriculum that seeks to help them navigate this transition from childhood to adulthood, helps them navigate school and college, helps them navigate challenging ideas, helps them navigate atheism and liberalism, helps them navigate tricky conversations around sexual orientation and LGBT and so on, right? And the program provides one-to-one mentoring for when they have individual difficult issues of their own, or when they want some mentoring and they want some guidance for themselves on a one-to-one basis. And there is, weekly just conversation, informal conversation about anything that they want to talk about in a safe space. The youth mentoring program has been running now, for about 4 years. Alhamdulillah, we now have 3 different levels that students can choose, parents can choose. Usually, those who choose level 1, we start them off with a course on why Islam is true, so that they can counter atheistic ideas and challenges to faith, challenges to Iman. And then we focus on spirituality, so that what they have already learned about spirituality can be practiced with their heart more engaged. The program then continues to introduce a kind of review of all of the fiqh that they have studied, matters of halal and haram. And throughout all of this, throughout all of the different levels, they continue to have mentoring conversations and mentoring discussions with their mentor. At the moment, I am the main mentor, and I run this program myself. So if you're interested in this for your 14 to 18-year-old, sometimes we consider slightly younger children if they're mature enough, and of course older students, if they want to carry on while they're at university, are also welcome to continue. If you're interested in the program for them, please go to mawaridlifestyle.org and enroll them. We will start towards the end of September, inshallah ta'ala, with 3 different levels. You can choose them based on topic, or you can choose a level based on just convenience of the day. Maybe level 1 isn't available on the day of your choice, but level 2 is, or level 3 is. I encourage you to consider this course for your children, and young people, if you're listening, I encourage you to consider it. It's very little commitment with huge benefit, inshallah ta'ala. We've had young people who've been through the program who have remained steadfast on Iman because of the program. Some have saved themselves from moving into the direction of atheism, leaving Islam, and it's protected them from that. It's very, very important that something like this happens in every community and in every masjid. But where that is not available, our online program is accessible from anywhere in the UK and all over the world. You're welcome to join it, inshallah ta'ala. Go to mawaridlifestyle.org and get the information and enroll. And I look forward to working with your children, inshallah ta'ala. Jazakumullah khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.